It's Yi King time, and it's also Taoist Blue time. Yes, let us see. 43. Why? Breakthrough. Resoluteness. Above Tui, the joyous lake. Below Ching, the creative heaven. This hexagram signifies, on the one hand, a breakthrough after a long accumulation of tension, as a swollen river breaks through its dikes, or in the manner of a cloud burst. Clouds burst and bring forth rain. On the other hand, applied to human conditions, it refers to the time when inferior people gradually begin to disappear like away. Their influence is on the wane. As a result of resolute action, a change in condition occurs, a breakthrough. The hexagram is linked with the third month, April, May. The judgment, breakthrough. One must resolutely make the matter known at the court of the king. It must be announced truthfully. Danger. It is necessary to notify one's own city. It does not further to resort to arms. It furthers one to undertake something. Even if only one inferior man is occupying a ruling position in a city, he is able to oppress superior men. Even a single passion still lurking in the heart has power to obscure reason. Passion and reason cannot exist side by side. Therefore, fight without quarter is necessary if the good is to prevail. In a resolute struggle of the good against evil, there are, however, definite rules that must not be disregarded if it is to succeed. First, resolution must be based on a union of strength and friendliness. Second, a compromise with evil is not possible. Evil must, under all circumstances, be openly discredited, which is what I do all the time, amigos. Nor must our passions and shortcomings be glossed over. Third, the struggle must not be carried on directly by force. If evil is branded, it thinks of weapons, and if we do it the favor of fighting against it blow for blow, we lose in the end, because thus we ourselves get entangled in hatred and passion. Yeah, that's the trains, folks. Look, train. Or going home from work. Yep, we get entangled in hatred and passion. Right? Therefore, it is important to begin at home. To be on guard in our own persons against the faults we have branded. Let me read that again. Therefore, it is important to begin at home, to be on guard in our own persons against the faults we have branded. In this way, finding no opponent, the sharp edges of the weapons of evil become dulled. For the same reasons, we should not combat our own faults directly. As long as we wrestle with them, they continue victorious. Finally, the best way to fight evil is to make energetic progress in the good. The image. The image. The lake has risen up to heaven. The image of breakthrough. Dun, 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 dun. Thus the superior man dispenses riches downward. 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 And refrains from resting on his virtue. When the water of a lake has risen up to heaven, there is reason to fear a cloudburst. Taking this as a warning, the superior man forestalls a violent collapse. Yes? For all the gathering is followed by dispersion. Therefore, the superior man begins to distribute while he is accumulating. In the same way, can hear me now? In the same way, in developing his character, he takes care not to become hardened in obstinacy, but to remain receptive to impressions by help of strict and continuous self-examination. The lines, 9 at the beginning means mighty in the forward striding toes. When one goes and is not equal to the task, one makes a mistake. Yes? In times of a resolute advance, the beginning is especially difficult. We feel inspired to press forward, but resistance is still strong. Therefore, we ought to gauge our own strength and venture only so far as we can go with certainty of success. To plunge blindly ahead is wrong, because it is precisely at the beginning that an unexpected setback can have the most disastrous results. All right, 9 in the second place means, I want you to see the background, the clouds and shit. Right, 9 in the second place means a cry of alarm, armed at evening and at night. Fear nothing. Readiness is everything. Yeah? Resolution is indissolubly bound up with caution. Yeah? If an individual is careful and keeps his wits about him, he need not become excited or alarmed. If he is watchful at all times, even before danger is present, he is armed when danger approaches and need not be afraid. The superior man is on his guard against what is not yet in sight, and on the alert for what is not yet within hearing. Therefore, he dwells in the midst of difficulties as though they did not exist. I love this book, man. I gotta keep telling you. Yeah. If a man develops his character, folks, listen, I love all kinds of books. You see, hang on, let me just take out a time. You see this here? Physicians of the Soul. It says, what do we got here? The author devotes a chapter each to the life and teachings of Lao Tzu, that's Taoism, Moses, Judaism, Jesus, Christianity, Gautama, Buddhism, Krishna, Hinduism, and Muhammad, Islam. With each chapter, he carefully unpacks the seminal teachings of each master and adds his own experience of each tradition. It's called Physicians of the Soul. Yeah? So don't think just because I'm reading from the I Ching, I've completely ignored all the other traditions. I mean, and talking of traditions, have you seen this one? It's called The Powers of Evil. Don't be confused. It's the powers of it in Western religion, magic, and folk belief. Yeah? Beliefs about evil supernatural agencies thought to menace and prey on human beings and known to all societies, and even in this age of materialism and rationalism, they still have a firmer grip on Western minds and are understood or admitted. The Power of Evil is a study of these beliefs written by a recognized authority in the history of magic and occultism. Yes? And then there's this other book as well, which is really good. It's called The Hero with 1,000 Faces. Yeah? And it says, despite the infinite varieties, by Joseph Campbell, despite the infinite variety, setting and costume, the myths of the world offer only a limited number of responses to the riddle of life. In this fascinating and influential book, Joseph Campbell presents the composite hero, Apollo, the Frog King of the fairy tale, Wotan, the Buddha, the numerous other protagonists of folklore and religion, and act simultaneously the various phases of their common story, blah, 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 blah. Yeah? And, of course, there's this other one, which is by a right kind of funny guy. This one, The Two Babylons, by Alexander Hislop. And he goes into the worship of Nimrod and his wife, and he's on about Astarte and Mithras and Zoroaster, and so, you know, I've read a lot about comparative religion and mysticism and all that kind of stuff, folks. And never mind that, I mean, there's a book on bloody physics, quantum theory, superstring, that kind of stuff. But let me get back to this. I'm using up my time. How are we doing for time? Oh, we'll have to come back to this one.